What's up guys, Joe Lawson here from Average Joe's Fitness, and today we are going to be myth busting. There's so much information out there, so much information on the internet, it's actually hard to know what's right, what's wrong, what's fact, what's fiction. So today hopefully we're going to bust out some myths and clear up some of the questions you might be thinking. Okay, myth number one, I am not eating enough and this is leading me to put on weight. Now, most of you out there will probably be laughing and thinking this is absolutely nuts, and quite honestly, the amount of clients that have come to me and said, sort of like, I keep putting on weight, but I don't think I'm eating it enough. Obviously, this is a myth because it's not always about the food, it's about the calories. So what they're probably not doing is eating enough good quality food, but what they are doing is eating too many calories. And this is probably going to be a running theme throughout this video when it comes to myths. So please don't think that you're not eating enough food. Please look at the overall amount of calories that you're going to be eating, how many meals you're going to be eating as well. Okay, moving on to myth number two. I would like to tone my body, says half the clients in my gym. Now, this is a myth. You cannot tone your body. You can't tone muscle. You can't tone body fat. Or I want to tone up my body fat, some people would say. It's impossible. What we can do is we can increase muscle mass and we can also reduce our body fat, thus giving us a toned look. Okay, so myth number two, you cannot tone up your body. Okay, myth number three is you are what you eat. Now, I know a lot of you probably thinking that this is true, but if we just add a word in there, it will make a lot more sense. You are what calories you eat, okay? So if you're eating whole foods, natural foods, and nothing processed, no sugars, just good quality food, can you put on weight? Yes, of course you can, because it just depends on how many calories you're eating. I mean, look at Henry VIII, for instance. Back when that fat lad was around, there was no Mars bars, there was no cans of Coke, and yet he still managed to, I don't even know how big that kid was. But my point is, no matter how good quality the food is, you're still going to be putting on weight, okay? So it is, you are what calories you eat. And to be quite honest, if you want results, you're going to have to start tracking your calories. You need to know what you are putting in your body. Okay, myth number four. If I lift weights, I'm going to bulk up and I'm going to get really, really muscly. Now, most of the time for males, yes, this is probably what you're wanting. But for my female clients, a lot of female clients are a little bit put off from weightlifting because they're unsure of what kind of results they're gonna have if they start lifting weights. And I can tell you now, you are not gonna be bulking up and getting Arnold Schwarzenegger big, you know? It's just not gonna happen. Especially if your aim is to reduce body fat, you're most likely gonna be on a caloric deficit, meaning you're eating less calories than you burn. And if you're weightlifting, okay, the body is gonna be either catabolic or anabolic. Okay, so anabolic is the build. So if you want to build muscle, the body's going to need some calories to do that. So if you're on a calorie deficit, it's going to be really hard for your body to bulk up and actually build muscle. It's going to need a calorie surplus to be able to actually grow that muscle mass. So honestly, please don't be afraid. Lifting weights, if anything, is really, really, really going to help you aid your weight loss, because you're going to be making sure that the body's going to be holding on and maintaining the muscle that it's got and losing the body fat instead of breaking down muscle and holding on to that body fat. So that myth number four, weightlifting will not make you bulky. It depends on how many calories you eat, which will determine your results. So I swear by it, weightlifting is for everybody. Okay, another good point to make about the whole lifting weights is going to make you bulky is the actual fact that the more muscle mass that you have, the more calories you're going to burn. So if you're able to lift weights, you're going to, yes, potentially be increasing your muscle mass. You're then going to be increasing the amount of glycogen that you can store in your body. Basically what you need to understand is body fat doesn't really burn hardly any calories at all, okay? It's just there in your body, stored as energy. Basically, body fat is stored energy waiting to be used for when you're on a calorie deficit and your body then needs to use up the body fat for fuel. So if you're able to increase your muscle mass and actually store more glycogen, there's actually more chance that you're going to be eating foods, storing it as energy in the muscles or in your liver, opposed to storing it as body fat. So it's a win-win if you're lifting weights. Okay guys, moving on to myth number 5 is that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And this is 100% myth, and I can tell you why, because it was probably invented by the cereal companies because they wanted you to buy their products. They're putting it in all their adverts, and this has now just become sort of word of mouth, I guess, and everyone's like, oh, breakfast must be the most important meal of the day. No, I mean, the word breakfast comes from breaking your fast, and that can happen at any time. I personally do intermittent fasting, so I won't break my fast until around about midday. If anything, you're going to be burning body fat for longer whilst being in a fasted state. Now, this is quite an in-depth topic and there's a lot of information to take in from this, so I'm going to do a video on intermittent fasting another time, but breakfast being the most important meal of the day is 100% myth. Okay, nearly there guys, we've got 2 more myths to tackle with you. Myth number 6 is eating late at night is going to make me put on weight. Now, it's quite hard to get someone to believe this because of all of the false information out there. Oh, if I eat just before bed, then I'm not going to be burning those calories. Thus, I'm going to end up putting on more weight. Now, it doesn't matter what time of the day that you actually consume your calories. It's about how many calories that you consume, okay? So, yes, if you eat an extra 1,000 calories at night that is going to put you into a calorie surplus and be more calories than your body needs, then yeah, your body is most likely going to hold on to that 1,000 calories and store it as body fat. But it doesn't matter if you consume those extra calories at any point during the day. Okay, so if your target is 2,500 calories, and let's say that's your maintenance, and you're eating your last amount of calories last thing at night to take you up to your 2,500 calories, you're not going to be changing anything. It doesn't matter whether you had those calories 2-3 hours beforehand. If that's your goal, if that's your target, then it doesn't matter when you eat them. Before bed, it's fine. Okay, and this brings us on to our last myth of today. This is myth number 7, and this is certain foods will burn fat. Okay, there's so much information, I think, on the internet about certain pills can make you lose weight, certain foods can make you lose weight, certain juices will make you lose weight, certain, I don't know, Weight Watchers biscuits are gonna make you lose weight. It's all about calories in versus calories out, depending on how many calories you're consuming. It doesn't matter if they come from an avocado, doesn't matter if they come from a Mars bar, it's all about how many calories your body is consuming. Now, yes, don't get me wrong, it's good to have your macro split covered, so you're getting the right amount of protein in, you're getting the right amount of carbohydrates and the right amount of fats as well. But this doesn't mean to say that a certain particular food is going to help you burn fat faster than another food. It just depends on how many calories you're eating. Okay, that's just about wraps it up for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to be bringing some more information your way very soon, so look out for those videos. See you soon. Thanks.